Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. I hope you all are doing well. And today we are going to cover 9th January CA. And I appreciate all of you for responding to the question in the comment section. I would like to see more of the answers in the comments for the homework question, right? So let's begin with the discussion first in the ASI Finance and Business News category. What we have is, just a second. There's United Nations data released for 2025 edition. This is World Economic Situation Prospects Report. So this is important. If you look at this report, World Economic Situation and Prospects Report, the first question which should come to your mind is that you must be remembering who publishes this report, right? World Economic Situation and Prospects Report. So you should remember who publishes this, the United Nations. First question from this. Okay. Next thing, 2025 edition is out. So certain highlights are there, certain growth projections are there. You need to remember the growth projections. Okay. And yeah, so happy Makar Sankranti to all of you, right? So I was saying that this report is important and certain growth projections are there. They are also important. Remember, important growth projections only you should be remembering, like United Nations, like OECD, like Niti Ayogs, like IMF's, right? Like World Bank's projection, RBI's projection. And before your examination, you need not remember all the projections, even the monthly one, to bilkul sare yaad nahi rakhne, right? Remember, if it is 6 monthly, that would be more important. 3 months ka data hai, would be more important. Also, any such projection and data just 3 or 4 months before your examination. You have to remember that. Pure saal ka practically not possible to remember and you need not remember as well. Aaya samajh mein? So don't be afraid of data. You only have to select what you need to mug up, not the entire data of the annual year. So you need not publish an annual book for that, right? Only 3-4 months before your examination, you should be remembering, and such data which has been published earlier, but it covers say annual or 6 monthly period would be important. I hope this thing is clear, everyone, right? So the report has certain projections for India. So let's see. First thing it says, Indian economy will be growing at 6.6% in 2025 and 6.8% in 2026. This is the projection by United Nations report. 2025 ke liye, they are saying Indian economy's growth will be 6.6 and then 26 mein they are saying that it will be growing with 6.8% of the growth rate. Why they are expecting 2026 mein more of growth for Indian economy? Because remember the reason, strong private consumption and investment. They are expecting that private consumption, the household consumption would increase, and when consumption increases, you all know it, that when consumption increases, demand for certain goods and services increases, and demand is the driver of economic growth. अभी तक ये सारी बात आप लोगों को एकदम दिमाग में फिट हो गई होगी, right? I keep on saying in every class. So you should be remembering this thing. Then South Asia is expected to remain world's fastest growing region. This is another fact which you should remember. If we talk about fastest growing region, so the report says South Asia. South Asia will be the fastest growing region in the upcoming year. Okay, and if we talk about the global growth, so they said it will remain at 2.8% in 2025, which is unchanged from 2024. Global growth is remaining unchanged. This is there's no variation in global growth, global average growth, right? So 2.8% is the global one. Remember, 2.8%. This is the highlight of the report. 3 important things: 6.6 for 25, 6.8 for 26 for India. Fastest growing region, South Asia. Global growth, 2.8. That is it, okay? And name of the report as well. Next thing, United Nations World Food Price Index. World Food Price Index. It has dipped in December 2024 against November 2024, indicating slight decline in the prices of globally traded food commodities. So basically, the food price index of the United Nations. Now, who compiles it? The question is, who compiles it? It is compiled and published by FAO, right? Food and Agriculture Organization. Food and Agriculture Organization. 6.8 it is. Okay. Now, this organization is very important, Food and Agriculture Organization, and such organizations, their headquarters should be at your tongue, right? FAO is headquartered at Rome, remember, Italy. So, the headquarters of FAO are at Italy or Rome, specifically Rome, remember, right? Rome में it is headquartered. Food and Agriculture Organization international level पे काम करता है, like it creates rules and laws for the betterment of agriculture, works towards development of adopting such technologies, goals for betterment of agriculture worldwide, right? FAO is working towards that. Now, this thing is compiled and published by United Nations for Food and Agriculture Organization. It says that it has dipped. Now, since it has dipped, what does it reflect? It reflects that the prices of key globally traded food commodities have declined. These are the food commodities which are traded globally. Now, which are the food commodities of which the prices have declined? Cereals, meat, dairy, sugar price and vegetable oil. These are the primary articles जिनकी price में it has witnessed decline. Remember, cereal, meat, dairy, sugar price and vegetable oil. Right? So, remember this thing. 127 points. Abhi, this is the index in December 2024, 127. Earlier it was 127.5. And FAO, I have told you, headquartered at Rome, founded on 16th October 1945. And that's why, another important fact which you should be remembering, that 16th October, that's why is observed as World Food Day, right? So remember, 16th October, since FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, was established on 16th of October. That's why 16th October is also observed as World Food Day. This can be another important fact. World Food Day. Now, this is not, every month data. So, I hope this is clear, everyone. FAO के बारे में याद रहेगा. And remember, 16th October, World Food Day. This can be important, and the headquarters are also important. Then we have Department of Post. Department of Post has introduced paperless KYC process facility to open post office, saving bank accounts and carry out transactions via Aadhaar authentication. So, the Department of Post under the Government of India has provided for online KYC. अब डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पोस्ट में यानी पोस्टल डिपार्टमेंट के साथ जितने भी आपके अकाउंट्स होते हैं उन सबका वेरिफिकेशन, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, केवाईसी would be done online, so you need not go separately and then provide physically the documents, right? And also you can do the transactions using Aadhaar authentication. Aadhaar authentication के basis पर it will be there. So if you see post office saving account के लिए everything now will be online. This would ease out the process, making it digital, making it accessible to a lot of people, because post offices are more accessible to the rural and unbanked areas, right? So this would be fostering this process, right? This process will be helping in banking in deposit penetration as well, because there are areas where banks are not possible, is not possible for the banks to be there to have their branches. Certain areas are there where there are no branches of the bank. So post offices are important channels to channelize the savings of the public into investment, right? Remember. And the broader perspective, if you see, why are we promoting, like you have new FDs being launched by the banks, right? Fixed deposit, good interest being offered. Then you have people, you have government incentivizing people to deposit their money into the banking system via post offices, etc. So the broader perspective is India wants deposits to increase in the financial system. Why? Remember always, there's a growing divergence between the credit growth and the deposit growth right now. This is the trend. So credit extension is growing faster, but then deposit growth, what you deposit with these systems, these banks, these entities, is not growing at similar pace. So if this divergence continues to be bigger, someday or the other, we will be facing a liquidity crisis, which we cannot afford. How will the bank, manage the funds if you are lending out everything, you don't have sufficient deposit against it? Are you getting my point? So mobilizing deposit is one of the priorities of the regulators, of the government right now. This is the broader perspective. Now with this perspective, read these news carefully, whatever comes along. I hope it is clear, everyone. So this is the thing, nothing else is relevant here. So opening and closure of accounts like, recurring deposit, term deposits, monthly income, senior citizen savings scheme, all these saving schemes, everything will be done online. This is the catch here. Opening and closure of joint minor accounts, transaction in eKYC account, closure of saving accounts of single type, everything related to it will now be online. You need not remember these details separately. Then next we have is, according to a data released by NSO, the National Statistics Office under MOSPI, it says India's Index of Industrial Production, IIP, has surged to a 6-month high of 5.2%. Now this can be important because this is a 6-month high, right? 5.2% in November from 3.7. Now, index of industrial production gives you what? It tells you what? It tells you the level of growth in the industrial activity, right? So, if index of industrial production has risen, that shows more of economic activities or more of industrial activities. This can be important, remember this figure, because this is 6-month high. As I told you, the bigger the range of the time period, more the important the data would be, right? 5.2% it is at present. And also remember these indexes, their base year should be at your tongue. So the base year for IIP presently is 2011-12. Base year क्या होता है? जिस year पे, the year which we assign certain weightage to a standard basket of goods and services, है ना? उसकी price के basis पे we calculate the change कि इतना change हुआ है, a standard year. So base year से this has increased, right? 5.2% it is there. 6-month high, remember this thing. And IIP mein one more important fact, whenever you read about IIP, Index of Industrial Production, I have always told you which industries have the maximum weightage in IIP. Anyone? So you know the 8 core industries, right? 8 core industries. 8 core industries. I would appreciate it if you can tell me the names and the percentage of weightage they hold in the Index of Industrial Production. First of all, tell me the weightage. That is a direct question they have asked, right? So 8 core industries which India has, they have 40.27% weightage. How much? 40.27. Everyone, remember this, 40.27% of weightage in the IIP, the 8 core industries they hold. Okay? And tell me the names of the 8 core industries in India in the comment section. So this was about IIP. Then next we have is Center has released tax devolution. Tax devolution of 1.73 trillion to state governments against the devolution of 89,086 crores in December. Now what is tax devolution? See, understand this terminology. What is tax devolution? For this, I will be explaining you very quickly the static part of tax devolution or the Finance Commission. First thing is, who recommends this tax devolution, right? So you have Finance Commission for that. Finance Commission. Article 280 of Indian Constitution. Article 280 Indian Constitution calls for establishment of a Finance Commission every 5 years by the President of India. Remember this thing, right? Now this Finance Commission, since is a constitutional body, it is assigned with a lot of tasks. Important one, the most important one is it gives recommendation to the government as of how the tax collection would be distributed between the center and the states. This is tax devolution, right? Devolve कैसे होगा? So out of the pool of tax, that means whatever central government has collected as tax revenue, that is not something which only center has to keep. right? Certain share has to be distributed to the states as well. So that divisible pool, we call it divisible pool. Remember, divisible pool. What is this divisible pool? Whatever taxes central government has collected, उसमें से which taxes are liable to be distributed to the states, excluding those who are exclusively for the center, राइट तो जितने भी टैक्सेस को डिवाइड होना है उनको कलेक्ट कर लिया हमने, उस अमाउंट को जितना भी टैक्स सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जनरेट किया है टैक्स रेवेन्यू. Now out of it certain amount has to be distributed. This is divisible pool. Now finance commission gives recommendation on this कि कितना परसेंट होगा, right? So there is something called vertical devolution. Vertical devolution. What is this vertical devolution? Right from the center, this is central pool, right? Central divisible pool. So from the central government's tax revenue collection, how much will be allocated for the states collectively? सभी states and UTs के लिए मिला के, right? This is known as vertical devolution. And then the latest recommendation for this, as per the 15th Finance Commission, is 41%, right? Vertical devolution की latest recommendation कितनी है? Remember, 41%. 13th Finance Commission ने 32% recommend किया था. उसके बाद the historical high was recommended by 14th Finance Commission, 10% का increase, 42%. And then 15th Finance Commission ने 1% कम कर दिया इसमें से. So presently 15th Finance Commission का implementation है, you know that, right? Recommendations का. So 15th Finance Commission says that out of the divisible pool, 41% of such taxes needed to be separated out, distributed to the states and UTs collectively. 41% is the present one, remember. First thing. Second thing, then out of this 41%, how much will be allocated to which state? है ना, सबको इक्वली तो मिलेगा नहीं. सो देर आर सर्टेन पैरामीटर्स फॉर दिस, लाइक फॉरेस्ट कवर, प्रमोटिंग forestation, how much forest cover you have, how much population you have, how much backward you are in terms of development. So you need more funds to develop your state, right? So there are 10 to 11 criterias which are set out, and that is known as horizontal devolution. How much each state will be getting, right? So that is known as horizontal devolution. This is in brief, I have explained you the Finance Commission. I hope it is clear. Vertical, center से state 41% as per the 15th Finance Commission, and among these states it will be distributed based on certain parameters that would be called as horizontal devolution. So this is what we mean when we say center has devolved out taxes or center has allocated tax devolution. Tell me, is it clear, yes or no, everyone, this entire thing? I hope you have understood this, right? Vertical devolution, horizontal devolution. So these are the recommendations. Now let's move back to the content. So that's what the center has done. Tax devolution of 1.73 trillion to state governments, right? State governments को दिया है. Now out of this, what you need to remember, which states? Out of this amount, अभी सबको नहीं दिया है. In phased manner, government provides this, right? So out of this devolution, the states which have highest share, जिनको सबसे ज़्यादा share मिला है, remember their name: उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, मध्य प्रदेश and West Bengal. 4 states: उत्तर प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश, बिहार and West Bengal. Remember, highest allocation, right? And 15th Finance Commission, ये मैंने आप लोगों को बता ही दिया, 41% अभी वर्टिकल डेवोल्यूशन सजेस्ट किया हुआ है 15th फाइनेंस कमीशन ने, राइट? उससे पहले 42 था, तो इन्होंने कम क्यों किया 1%? सी, जम्मू कश्मीर एज अ सेपरेट, यू नो, आफ्टर 370 स्क्रैपिंग ऑफ 370, जम्मू कश्मीर वाज carved out into 2 union territories, right? So now you have separate administration liability, so you need to provide them additional support. We are providing support constantly to Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh for their development, isn't it? तो उसके लिए यहाँ 1% कम करके we want to spend there. That is the reason. I hope the entire picture is clear. 15th Finance Commission की recommendation अभी चल रही है. April 2026 से 16th Finance Commission की recommendation start होगी, right? Remember this. And 15th Finance Commission is being headed by N.K. Singh. 16th one, the upcoming one, will be headed by Arvind Pangadia. So remember these things. Now moving on to regulatory bodies news. So Regulatory bodies news में strata. What is strata? So basically this is commercial real estate में invest करता है this firm strata. Strata has received official license from SEBI for what? To launch its small and medium real estate investment trust. Strata has recently received license from SEBI to launch a REIT, right? Real estate investment trust, small and medium. So this is catering to lower ticket size investments. REIT आप सबको पता ही है what is REIT? Real estate investment trusts. So these real estate investment trusts, they are investment vehicles. They collect money from the investors, है ना? So suppose this is a REIT. They will collect money from the investors and they will be investing this entire money into some real estate projects. Real estate projects that can be under construction or not, right? अभी इसकी हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं specifically. In general, what is a REIT? I'm explaining you. So effectively, say I want to invest in commercial properties or real estate. I don't want to own it, right? But still I want to gain something out of the price or capital gain in the real estate. So I would invest in REIT. They will be investing that money into such projects and I will be earning on that. This is how in commercial projects they invest in real estate. Commercial real estate they invest into, right? So this is how REIT works. So Strata will be offering its small and medium REIT. Typical features of this is, first of all, the assets will be valued between 50 crore and 500 crores. Okay, and this is encouraging smaller investments, as I told you. So this SM REIT, it can hold in total it can hold the assets between 50 to 500 crores, right? One very important thing, remember, traditional REIT, जिसका भी मैंने आपको example दिया कि under construction भी हो सकता है. This one, the Strata REIT, Strata SM REIT, it will not be allowed to invest in under construction projects. It will only be investing in the completed projects. Remember this thing, right? So unlike traditional REITs, they are not permitted to invest in under construction properties. This Strata SM REIT will not be permitted to invest in under construction properties, right? It will only be investing in constructed, completed projects. And the minimum investment for this is rupees 10 lakh. Remember, minimum investment kitna karna hoga if you want to invest via it? 10 lakh rupees. Minimum investment would be 10 lakh. They cannot invest in under construction one. I hope this thing is clear. Now moving on to next thing. RBI Innovation Hub and IIMA Ventures, they have launched Swarnari Tech Sprint. Swarnari Tech Sprint is always, in news because version 1, version 2 and this is 3.0 which has been launched. So remember, this Swarnari Tech Sprint is what? This is an initiative of RBI's Innovation Hub, RBIH. Via this sprint, they want to empower the women population. They want to make women familiar with the fintech, financial technologies. This is the broader aim, right? So this is 3.0, the third version of Swarnari Tech Sprint. And this has been launched in collaboration with whom? Remember, IIMA Ventures. IIMA Ventures. And in fintech startup, they want to promote women participation with this. Since RBIH is important, so remember, RBIH was set up in 2022 only, recently. RBIH को बनाया ही इसलिए गया था. RBI Innovation Hub, Reserve Bank Innovation Hub was created with this purpose to foster innovation in the financial functionings, in the functioning of RBI in financial sector, right? Then set up under Section 8 company. Initial capital इसकी 100 crore है. Where is RBIH headquartered? Bangalore. Remember, Bangalore. Okay. And presently the CEO of RBIH is Rajiv Bansal. This is important fact about RBIH. I hope you all will be remembering this. And Swarnari Tech Sprint, remember, 3.0. Then you have Crystal Limited. It has provided, the credit rating agency, Crystal. It has unveiled its new brand logo. Crystal has unveiled its new brand logo. So now Crystal will be known as CRISIL. It will be identified as CRISIL. What is the change? The change is earlier it was written like this, capital mein CRISIL. Okay, earlier it was written like this, capital CRISIL. Now it will be CRISIL in smaller case. This is the difference, remember. And CRISIL is headquartered at Mumbai. Since CRISIL is in news, this is very important, remember. So new brand identity, CRISIL in a smaller case, right? Earlier it was all the letters in uppercase. So headquarters of CRISIL, Mumbai. Then you have RBI has published some data under its trend and progress of banking report. You know this is out, right? So trend and progress of banking in India 2023-24. According to this report, RBI says that total penalties paid by public sector banks, total penalties with the public sector banks have paid to the RBI, they have increased 6 times to rupees 24 crore in financial year 24. Remember, this is important. How much? 24 crores in 2024. This figure is important. Remember this. और बहुत easy है याद रखना. See, I always tell you कि you need to create your mnemonics because there's a lot to remember in all these examinations, right? So how do you create mnemonics? You need some presence of mind. Like this is 24 crore. कोई confusion ही नहीं है. 24 के लिए 24 crore, right? 2024 and 24. So you can draw these parallels between figures, establish some relations and then try to remember them. Got this point? Right? So how much public sector banks have paid to the RBI in terms of penalty? 24 crores in 2024. So now you will be remembering this, right? Remember, this is important figure. And then if we talk about the private sector banks have also paid total of 25 crores. So private sectors ने ज़्यादा pay किया. 24 crore से 25 crore. So 1 crore more. Remember this thing. Now it will be easy. Right? Now what are these penalties? Say if they have not complied with the RBI's guidelines, compliance issue है, उन्होंने नहीं कोई चीज comply की, whatever say RBI Act sets out or Banking Regulation Act sets out. So in terms of contravention of compliance guidelines and regulatory guidelines, these penalties were imposed. RBI has imposed monetary penalty on 169 regulated entity. You can remember this figure as well. 169 regulated entities. And an aggregate, if you see, 34 crore comes out for non-compliance of the regulatory guidelines. You need not remember all these facts. Just remember public sector ने 24 crore पे किया है, private sector banks ने 25 crores पे किया है for penalties. And this is as per the latest report of RBI, which is Trend and Progress of Banking in India. I hope this is clear, everyone. Let's move ahead with the next news. Next thing is coming from SEBI. SEBI has proposed to increase the investment threshold for granular disclosure by foreign portfolio investors. Foreign portfolio investors क्या होते हैं? See, foreign investment into India comes into 3 forms basically, right? Direct investment, where you invest directly and you generally hold a share in the company. Institutional investment, where the foreign institutions like mutual funds, like insurance companies, provident fund, they are investing in Indian market, right? And then you have FPI, portfolio investment or portfolio investors. They invest, they do not invest directly in the companies, they invest via the securities market, shares, stocks के through, right? Financial market के through. So now what is this granular disclosure? Granular disclosure होता है, SEBI का जो guideline है, it requires all such FPIs to disclose even minute detail about their company, parent company, company who owns them, subsidiaries. So suppose there is company A or there is this FPI, foreign portfolio investors, right? This A is a foreign portfolio investor, a company, right? So granular disclosure requires reveal who has invested into you, who owns how much into you, reveal if any parent company you have, if that parent company has some subsidiary companies, right? So everything has to be disclosed in this granular disclosure. This is the thing. I hope it is clear. Now, SEBI says that such threshold, investment threshold for granular disclosure. Now, this is not something every FPI has to disclose. There is certain criteria that if you have met this criteria, then you have to disclose everything about the FPI. Okay, so this is the threshold which which SEBI is proposing to increase. So the current threshold is, if any FPI is holding more than 50% of their Indian equity assets under management, or if FPI has total equity AUM exceeding 25,000 crores. Abhi criteria kya hai? If you have invested, you are holding more than 50% of your Indian equity AUM. What is AUM? Asset under management. Say you are an investment vehicle, jitna bhi aapka asset holding hai, uska total market value. Nothing else, right? What is AUM? Asset under management. Whatever assets you are managing as an investment vehicle, its total market value. तो वो 50% अगर आपने होल्ड कर रखा है, या आपका जो टोटल इक्विटी AUM का वैल्यू है, it is exceeding 25,000 crores. Total market value of the assets you are holding, it is exceeding 25,000 crores. So in either of the situation, whichever is higher, you are required to disclose this granular disclosure. You are required to file this granular disclosure, right? So what is the proposal? That they want to increase this 25,000 threshold to 50,000 crores. This is the proposal. They want to increase this 25,000 crore threshold to 50,000 crore threshold. This is the entire thing. If your total AUM exceeds 50,000 crores, you will be required to file this granular disclosure. And I have explained you what is granular disclosure. I hope this news is clear. So remember the revised criteria, which is proposed to be 50,000 crores. This was about ESI and regulatory bodies news. Now let's move to the banking news. UCO Bank has recently celebrated 83rd Foundation Day. So remember which bank? UCO Bank has celebrated 83rd Foundation Day on 6th of January 2025. That's why UCO Bank is in news. Yes, the market value of whatever assets they are holding under their portfolios, right? So suppose एक mutual fund है, mutual fund का एक single portfolio तो होता नहीं है. There are diversified portfolio. So equity की अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो equity portfolio में जितना भी they are holding उसका market value. और इन जनरल जो भी एसेट्स यू आर होल्डिंग उसका टोटल मार्केट वैल्यू. ओके अंजलि. सो यूको बैंक सिंस हैज सेलिब्रेटेड 83rd फाउंडेशन डे, so the headquarters of UCO Bank would be important. Remember, it is headquartered at Kolkata and the present CEO is Ashwani Kumar. Then Punjab National Bank has launched its first cyber security hackathon 24-25 with the theme Code Against Malware. So Punjab National Bank ने cyber security से combat करने के लिए it has launched its first cyber security hackathon, right? Remember PNB. What is the theme of this hackathon? Code Against Malware. Code Against Malware. This is the theme. With this hackathon, they are trying to address growing threat of malware and strengthen cyber security defense for India, where they are inviting researchers, innovators, students to participate and bring out ideas with which we can strengthen our position as an economy to fight cyber security. And best ideas ke liye they have announced some prize money as well, which is up to rupees 11 lakhs, right? So PNB is in news. Remember, PNB is headquartered at New Delhi and chairperson presently is KG Anant Krishnan. These two information would be sufficient if you remember. Then moving to national news, remember Home Minister Amit Shah has announced or is set to chair a regional conference, has chaired a regional conference on drug trafficking and national security in New Delhi. So recently this conference was held in New Delhi, which was chaired by Union Home Minister, which was organized by NCB, Narcotics Control Bureau, to address the drug abuse challenges, to address the drug abuse issues in India and drug trafficking as well. Because drug trafficking is not only an individual issue or personal issue, it is a national security threat, right? This was the meeting. What is important here is you should remember about Narcotics Control Bureau, NCB. Narcotics Control Bureau was founded in 1986. Where is it headquartered? It is headquartered in New Delhi itself, right? And the present DG of NCB is Anurag Garg. And which ministry it is associated with? It is associated with MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. Another important thing here, which you need to remember is In this conference, Union Home Minister has also decided that they will be extending Manas 2 helpline. Remember, they have decided that they will be extending the Manas 2 helpline to all 36 states and UTs combined together. 36 states, when I say it is not 36 states, right? It is UTs and states combined. So 36 states and UTs, we are saying Manas 2 helpline they have decided to extend. So what is this Manas 2 helpline? What is the full form of Manas? Remember, Manas 2 helpline is basically officially known as National Narcotics Helpline, जिसमें you can report issues related to narcotics, drug abuse, and you can also get help from these officials, right? It is narcotics, National Narcotics Helpline. So what is Manas? Manas ki full form would be very important for all of you, right? So remember, Manas stands for Madak Padarth Nishedh Asoochna Kendra. What is the full form? Madak Padarth Nishedh Asoochna Kendra. So this is Manas portal. They want to extend it to all states and UTs. And one more important thing, remember, government says that we have zero tolerance against drug trafficking. We will not tolerate drug trafficking at any percentage or at any level, right? And remember, implementing a three-pronged strategy, MHA has decided to achieve drug-free India by 2047. This is very, very important. Write it down separately. These targets which government sets out are important, right? Net zero emission का target, हमारा जो India's own space station उसका target, by which year we are expected to reach, and then this target. All these targets are important. TB free India ka target, all these targets, right? So remember this thing, zero tolerance. We want to make India drug free by 2047. By 2047. The next news we have is government in collaboration with the private players will be manufacturing wheels for the trains under Make in India scheme. Government says Make in India की हम बात कर रहे हैं, so जो train के wheels हैं, which we are not sufficiently constructing in India, so we will be developing them in India only. And for this purpose, the Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has visited wheel manufacturing units. So these are in units are in news. Remember, Ramkrishna Forgings Limited, Titagarh Rail System companies at Tamil Nadu. They will be collaborating with them to produce wheel in India, rail wheels. Then we have 21st edition of Third Eye Asian Film Festival. Remember this. Which edition? 21st edition. 21st edition of Third Eye Asian Film Festival, which has started in Mumbai and it will be concluded by 16th January. Certain features are important for this. First thing, which is the opening film in this event? Opening film is The Black Dog, which is a Chinese drama film. Remember, opening movie at this event is The Black Dog, which has won the Best Film Award at the Cannes Festival as well. So this is important. Black Dog is the opening film. Then a total of 61 films will be screened here. And in this event, remember, Asian Cinema Culture Award 2025 is to be provided to Javed Akhtar, who is a very renowned lyricist and screenwriter. And then Satyajit Ray Memorial Award 2025 in this event will be awarded to Rafiq Baghdadi, journalist, right? So remember these two awards. And I think this award, Asian Cinema Culture Award to Javed Akhtar, we have covered this earlier as well when it was proposed, right? Then you have 57th Annual Convention of Indian Water Works Association. It has started in Raipur. And the theme of this convention was Water 360 Degrees. Water Convention. Water 360 degrees was the theme. That we need to preserve and conserve water. Right? This was also one of the highlights, and how we can better manage all the water-based resources. So 57th Annual Convention was there. Remember, we are Raipur, Chhattisgarh mein. and the theme was water 360 degrees. Then Imami Limited has renamed its, male grooming brand Fair and Handsome to Smart and Handsome. You see, there was this issue, Fair and Lovely ka, कि you are promoting racism. Why you are promoting someone as fair only, right? Fair or dark is something which is a skin tone, that is good. So someone can look good without being fair, right? So this was the concept, and उसके लिए Fair and Lovely ने भी I think हटा लिया ये वाला tagline. सो इमामी ने भी अपने मेन ग्रूमिंग प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए चेंज कर लिया है. नाउ इट वुड बी स्मार्ट एंड हैंडसम, फेयर एंड हैंडसम से, राइट, स्मार्ट एंड हैंडसम. नेक्स्ट थिंग वी हैव इज एनीमिया फोन. Anemia phone, which is a technology developed by Cornell University researchers. Now it has been transferred to ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, for its integration. What does this do? This is important for, women's health, maternal child health throughout the country. What does this device will do? It has potential to address current challenges in screening and diagnosis of iron deficiency anemia. So this tool, remember this technology, anemia phone, this will be effectively diagnosing anemia or iron deficiency in women, because that is something which is the leading cause of multiple organ failures and, lot of problems. Almost 50 to 70% of pregnant women in India, they are affected from anemia. So this can be important. Remember anemia phone. Then talking about state news में we have Jammu Kashmir CM has launched Jammu and Kashmir Right to Information Portal, RTI portal, where the people can access government information. तो Jammu and Kashmir का खुद का RTI portal they have launched. Then Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister has launched Kumbhwani channel of Akashvani. Akashvani का Kumbhwani channel they have issued, which is particularly dedicated to all the events occurring in the Mahakumbh 2025. So Mahakumbh has started at Prayagraj, right? It is Mahakumbh. So you can get news and information about the Mahakumbh on this channel, which is at FM. So इसकी जो radio frequency होगी 103.5 megahertz पे. This is the frequency on which you will get Kumbhwani at Akashvani. This was about state. Then moving on to international news. International news में India has extended humanitarian assistance to people of Cuba, because there's Hurricane Rafael which has made landfall in Cuba. So the Cuba was affected with this. That's why India has extended support. Since Cuba is in news because of Hurricane Rafael, Cuba's capital, remember, is Havana, and currency in Cuban peso. Currency is Cuban peso. So what is the capital of Cuba? Havana, and then Cuban peso is the currency. Then Sri Lanka has launched its first Hindi certificate course. Sri Lanka ने हिंदी सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स लॉन्च किया है at the first ever Bharat Sri Lankan Hindi Sammelan to promote Hindi education. Okay, so since Sri Lanka is in news, remember who is High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka? Santosh Jha. Who is High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka? Santosh Jha. Talking about MOUs and mergers, you have Bangalore-based space technology startup Pixel. Pixel has signed an MOU with the SIIS Co to supply hyperspectral satellite data in Korea. Now, what this hyperspectral satellite data is? This is high-resolution imaging. High-resolution accurate imaging that might be used for several applications in agriculture, in industrial purposes. So, for this purpose, MOU has been signed. It will be providing high spectral data, imaging data. Then you have Vare Energies Limited has acquired Enel Green Power India Private Limited. So, it has acquired the Enel Green Power. This is a deal which has a value up to 792 crores. It has acquired Enel. Vare Energies has acquired Enel Green Power. This was about it. Then moving on to science and tech. So ISRO's LVM3 rocket. LVM3. What is this LVM3? LVM3 is the new name of the erstwhile GSLV Mark III. ठीक है, जो पहला हमारा the earlier launch vehicle GSLV Mark III, GSLV MK3, उसका नया वर्जन है LVM3, राइट. LVM3, it will launch a communication satellite of AST Space Mobile, which is a US based firm, AST Space Mobile. उसकी communication satellite ये launch करेगा. What is the name of the satellite? The name is Bluebird Block 2 satellite. Bluebird Block 2 satellite. So remember, the satellite belongs to US based firm AST Space Satellite, but this will be launched by Indian launch vehicle, which is LVM3. Remember these things, they can ask you directly, right? By March 2025. Now, what is the purpose of this? To provide space-based cellular broadband network services on smartphones. इससे क्या फायदा होगा? This will be providing you space-based cellular network services. See, at present we are using what? We are using terrestrial networks, right? We have mobile towers and then we have the internet cables and all. Satellite, direct satellite-based internet services you will get. Network, internet, the cell network. अभी आप देखो satellite phones का जो ज़्यादा use है, it is used for strategic purposes. In armed forces, you see, they use the satellite phones because that network is more secured. So this is the purpose, right? Then upcoming two important GSLV missions for ISRO, you should remember. The upcoming ones are GSLV F-15 and GSLV F-16, right? GSLV F-15 क्या है? January में it is scheduled. It will be carrying NVS-2 navigation satellite. Okay, so this will be helping India in navigation capabilities. Navigation में it will be helping. Then next is GSLV F-16. This is scheduled for February. It will launch NISAR, which is again Earth observation satellite. But this NISAR, remember, N here stands for NASA. NISAR has been co-developed with NASA. So NISAR is not only developed by ISRO, it has been co-developed between ISRO or by ISRO and NASA of US. So these are important features. Please remember the name of the satellite, what will be the launch vehicle, which country is it associated with, what is the aim, right? All these things we have discussed. Direct questions can be there. Talking about defense, so defense mein you have Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited handed over 6th Scorpion or Calvary class submarine Vagshir of Project 75 to Indian Navy. Project 75 क्या है Indian Navy का? They want to promote indigenous naval vessels under this, right? उसमें 6 vessels they have developed, what we call as Calvary class submarines. Internationally, it is known as Scorpion class, but India mein it is known as Calvary class. Calvary class submarine, or at the global level, Scorpion class. So all these 6 vessels under this you need to remember. The 6th one which has been transferred by MDSL to Indian Navy is Vagshir, right? What is the name? Vagshir. Vagshir is the 6th one. Which are the other 5? So Kalvari, Khanderi, Karanj, Vela and Vagir. These are the other 5. So remember their names. Okay, Kalvari, Khanderi, Karanj, Vela and Vagir are the 5s, and the latest which has been commissioned in Indian Navy is being transferred to Indian Navy is Vagshir. Okay. Then talking about indices and reports, so we have 3rd edition of Top Cities for Women in India 2024 report. Which cities are top for women in India? According to this report, which is released by Avatar Group, Bangalore has surpassed Chennai as India's top city for women. So top city for women is Bangalore. Remember, top city for women, Bangalore, followed by Chennai, Mumbai, Hyderabad and Pune. So Bangalore, then second pe Chennai, and then third is Mumbai. Remember, top 3 positions: Bangalore, Chennai and Mumbai. Lot of data they use in this publication, you need not remember, but say World Bank ka data, periodic labor force survey, women participation, all this data they use to publish this information. So remember, Bangalore has topped the best city for women. Then awards mein you have Parliamentary Affairs Minister conferring 34th National Youth Parliament Awards for Kendra Vidyalayas 23-24 in न्यू दिल्ली. सी केंद्र विद्यालय में यूथ पार्लियामेंट का कंपटीशन होता है एट द रीजनल लेवल, देन जोनल लेवल एंड देन नेशनल लेवल, राइट. सो रीजनल लेवल पे जो जीता है वो जोनल में जाता है, जोनल पे जीता है नेशनल में जाता है. सो यहाँ पर PM Shri Kendra Vidyalaya IIT Kharagpur has bagged this award. PM Shri KV IIT Kharagpur was declared as the national winner of this 34th edition of National Youth Parliament Competition. Right? Parliament में इसके awards दिए जाते हैं, and I have also received this thing. You know, I participated in 27th. I think this was 27th because I am also a KVN. 27th National Youth Parliament mein we have participated and we emerged as Western Zone winner, and I was awarded with the Best Speaker prize. So this is quite relatable for me. I know that they award it in the Parliament, and I got that award from the Parliamentary Affairs Secretary to Government of India. Right? So remember, 34th National Youth Parliament Award is there. The next thing is Dr. Krishna Ella. Okay, Dr. Krishna Ella, co-founder and executive chairman of Bharat Biotech International, has been conferred with India Fellowship of Indian National Science Academy. So they have been conferred with the Fellowship of Indian National Science Academy among countries' science and academies for 2025. So who has received this fellowship? Remember, Dr. Krishna Ella, co-founder and executive chairman of Bharat Biotech International. Okay. Then no books and news as of now. If we talk about festivals, so festivals may we have the Toda tribe. Toda tribe, one of the oldest Dravidian ethnic group in the Nilgiris of Tamil Nadu. They are in news. Why? Because they are their traditional celebration, Modwet festival. Modwet festival. So you can remember this name. Modwet festival is associated with Toda tribe to mark the new year. Okay, and they generally celebrate this thing on the last Sunday of December or the first Sunday of January. So remember, Modwet festival associated with the Toda tribe. They mark this festival, they celebrate this festival as a new year. So Toda tribe is important in the Nilgiris area of Tamil Nadu. Talking about sports, may we have first 8th Elite Men's National Boxing Championship. So 8th Elite Men's National Boxing Championship has been won by Shiv Thapa. Remember, Shiv Thapa. It was organized by Boxing Federation of India. Then next is Hockey India League. Hockey India League, has started. Several events will be happening. It is a long event schedule to be there. Hockey India League is very important. Thank you, Anjali. So Hockey India League has started, What is important here is that they have increased the prize money for Hockey India League, right? Prize money, substantially they have increased. Hockey India League winner team in the men's category will be awarded with 3 crore rupees. Quite substantial increase. 3 crore rupees. Runner-up and third place ke liye 2 crore and 1 crore respectively, right? So winner 3 crore. First runner-up 2 crore and second runner-up 1 crore. Women's team ke liye it is 1.5 crore. The winner in women's team will fetch 1.5 crores. Okay, remember. Then the next one is Asmita Khelo India Women's Yogasan League 2024-25. Asmita Khelo India Women's Yogasan League. It has recently concluded at Anand Dham Ashram in New Delhi. Under this 5 categories it was organized. So it is related to yogasans, different yogasans like yogasan, artistic yogasan in pair and single, rhythmic yogasan in pair, and artistic yogasan in group. So different yoga asanas, yoga related asanas were practiced here. And this league has been started by Union Ministry of Sports to integrate yoga as a daily habit of physical well-being. To promote yogasans, this was started. So this is the Yogasan League. I hope it is clear. How much categories? 5 categories it was held. Then next, appointments if we talk about. So we have Sudhir Nemali appointed as MD and COO of Japan's Nomura Holdings. Nomura is a global research agency. Second, Joseph On, 14th President of Lebanon. So remember this name, 14th President of Lebanon, Joseph On. Then you have Mo Farah appointed as Ambassador of 20th edition of Tata Mumbai Marathon. Okay. So these are important appointments. Then conferences may we have Prime Minister will be participating in Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue 2025. Prime Minister will be participating in Viksit Bharat Young Leaders Dialogue 2025 at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. So it is scheduled to be there 12th August 2025. 12th August 2025, National Youth Day. It will be happening, remember. Why is it celebrated, the National Youth Day? Okay, just a second. I think it is not 12th August, it's 12th January, right? Yes. So, National Youth Day is celebrated on January 12 to commemorate the birth anniversary of youth icon and one of the greatest spiritual leaders of India, Swami Vivekanand. So, it will be corrected, okay? It will be corrected in the document. 12th January, remember, Swami Vivekanand को acknowledge करते हुए we celebrate this. Now, talking about committees, we have former Supreme Court Judge Justice B.N. Sri Krishna will be chairing a newly formed advisory board of ID verification and data sharing platform Equal. Now, what is this? And remember, Justice B.N. Sri Krishna also headed the Financial Sector Legislative Reforms Commission of India, FSLRC. जस्टिस B.N. श्री कृष्णा ने FSLRC को भी चेयर किया था. Remember this thing. And this was the FSLRC which also gave recommendation for creation of Monetary Policy Committee. So if I ask you, this is ESI, right? Who gave the recommendation for creation of 6-member committee or Monetary Policy Committee? Urjit Patel Committee ने recommendation दिया था. That is for sure. और उसी को एक्सेप्ट करके गवर्नमेंट ने 2016 में MPC बनाई थी अंडर सेक्शन 45Z, which one? B, right? Of RBI Act. Now the thing is, before Urjit Patel Committee, way back in the recommendation given by Financial Sector Legislative Reforms Commission headed by Justice B.N. Sri Krishna, it also called for such a committee. So remember this thing. Now Justice B.N. Sri Krishna is in news because he will be chairing a board which will be doing ID verification, advisory board of ID verification data sharing portal Equal. अब ये इक्वल क्या करेगा? इक्वल विल बी आइडेंटिटी ऑथेंटिकेशन सर्विस फॉर लार्ज फर्म्स. जितनी भी लार्ज फर्म्स हैं उनको उनकी आइडेंटिटी ऑथेंटिकेशन प्रोवाइड कराएगा, राइट? दिस हैज बीन एस्टैब्लिश्ड, दिस इज न्यूज बिकॉज ऑफ रीसेंट डेटा प्रोटेक्शन बिल, डिजिटल पर्सनल डेटा प्रोटेक्शन रूल्स 2025. अभी हमने डिस्कस किए थे, आई थिंक इन सम ऑफ द क्लास वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर्स where the government wants personal data to be secured, right? So for this, Equal will be working in this regard. Equal, it will be providing authentication services of data to larger firms, और उसको oversee करने के लिए जो committee बनाई है, advisory committee for implementing the associated guidelines, that would be chaired by Justice B.N. Sri Krishna. I hope this entire news is clear, and the extra thing which I have mentioned regarding Justice B.N. Sri Krishna, remember them as well, right? Then talking about obituaries, important days. So we have one obituary, P. Jayachandran, was famous for playback singer and actor from Kerala, right? And then important days mein, we have World Hindi Day, observed on 10th of January. And the theme was Global Voice of Unity and Cultural Pride. Global Voice of Unity and Cultural Pride. Then person in news mein, you have Bangladesh cricketer Tamim Iqbal announcing his retirement from international cricket. That's why in news. And then we have French veteran Gail Monfils. French veteran Gail Monfils becoming the oldest player to win ATP Tour title after beating Zizou Burrs in Auckland. ATP Tour title has been won. The oldest player to win the ATP Tour title is French veteran Gail Monfils. Okay, remember this thing. And this is tennis. This is associated with tennis, remember. And remember, Monfils is ranked 52 and is the oldest player in history of ATP Tour or tennis tournaments. That was it for 9th January CA. Now it's time for the questions, the top 5 questions which we have. let's see. And I'm expecting quick answers from all of you. Question number 1. UN has released 2025 edition of Annual World Economic Situation and Prospects Report. According to that report, certain statements are there. Read the following statements and tell me the incorrect one. Read the following statements and tell me the incorrect one. Very good. So, good. B is the incorrect one. It is not South America. It is South Asia. Very good. All of you are right. South America is not there. South Asia is the expected to be the fastest growing region according to the report. Next question. Center has recently, released tax devolution of 1.73 trillion rupees as per the recommendation of the 15th Finance Commission. Tell me which of the following states has received one of the highest shares into it. Which of the following states has received one of the highest shares? Very good. Madhya Pradesh, right? So 4 states were there. Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal, right? So Madhya Pradesh is one of them. Then next question. Consider the following statements and select the correct one. Here you have to select the correct one. Read these statements and tell me which one is the correct one. Tell me the correct statement here. So if you look at the first statement, Strata has received this license to operate, a small and medium size REIT, but they are not permitted to invest in under construction project. This I have specifically mentioned, right? So this is incorrect. Then this one, 34 crore का penalty pay किया है public sector banks ने? No, it is 24 crores. UCO bank ने 73rd नहीं 83rd foundation day celebrate किया है. So only B is correct one, right? That's why B is the right answer. B is correct. Very good. Next question. Union Home Ministry has proposed extension of Manas 2 helpline to all the states and UTs. What does Manas stands for? What does Manas stands for? Tell me. Manas helpline में Manas का extension you tell me. What does Manas stands for? Because now this is going to be extended to all UTs and states in India. A, okay. Very good. Madak Padarth Nishedh Asuchna Kendra, right? A is the correct option. Well done. Next question. Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited has recently handed over the 6th Scorpion class or Calvary class submarine to Indian Navy. Tell me the name of the 6th such naval vessel. Which one is the 6th one in the series? Very good. Vagshir, right? 6th one is the Vagshir. E is the correct option. Now, this is your learning exercise question for today. The 21st edition of Third Eye Asian Film Festival has started in Mumbai. And in this, a total of how many films will be displayed? And which was the opening film in this event? You need to tell me both the things. This is your learning exercise. This is your homework question for today. You will be telling me both of the answers, total number of films and the opening film at this event. In the comment section, you will be telling me this answer. You can take a screenshot if you want to remember, or otherwise you will remember this question, right? So tell me the answer in the comment section today. And yesterday, yesterday I asked you this question. The last class homework question was, which of the following countries has recently joined BRICS in 2024? तो ब्रिक्स के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया था, ब्रिक्स इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड ब्रिक्स का हेडक्वार्टर्स, द रीसेंट ज्वाइनिंग. सो सी 24 में किसने ज्वाइन किया था, राइट? इंडोनेशिया नो, 25 में ज्वाइन किया है. साउथ अफ्रीका ओरिजिनल मेंबर है. यूएई ने 24 में ज्वाइन किया था. जापान तो है ही नहीं एंड मलेशिया भी नहीं है, right? So the correct answer was UAE, and many of you have commented the right answer, like Prerna, and Prerna has given certain other answers to the questions like 3 data centers of Microsoft. Well done, Prerna, right? Pune, Mumbai, Chennai mein, and the fourth one is proposed to be there in Hyderabad. I asked you this question as well, that how many data centers India has, right? So presently Pune, Mumbai and Chennai mein, and fourth one they are proposing to establish in Hyderabad. So Prerna has provided, then you have Nishtha Gupta has provided the answer, very good. Then you have Isha Bhadoria, you have also provided the right answer. Suraj Patil is there. And then this username, what is your name? @TSP, right? So lot of comments I have got. I really appreciate it. You have provided the correct answer. Keep learning like this, and I will be waiting for your answers of today's homework question. That was it for today's class. I hope it was useful for you. Thank you so much, and happy Makar Sankranti to everyone once again. I'll see you all in the next session. Till then, have a great day.